How are you?
Good evening, and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of October the 25th of 2016. Ms. Borek, will you please call the roll?
Committeemember Schetz.
Here.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Here.
Committeeman Thompson. Deputy Mayor Sirachi. Mayor Delcor.
Here.
Administrator Ferrara.
Here.
Attorney Willard.
Here. Please join me in a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by the posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on October the 25th, 2016. First on our agenda, we have approval of minutes. The first set of minutes is the August 9th, 2016 executive session minutes. May I have a motion to approve the August 9th, 2016 executive session minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeemember Schetz.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Mayor Delcor.
Abstain. And then we have approval of the September 27th, 2016 regular meeting minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the September 27th, 2016 regular meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeemember Schetz.
Here.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Mayor Delcor.
Yes. And approval of the October 4th, 2016 regular meeting minutes. Can I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeemember Schetz.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Mayor Delcor.
Yes. We'll move to reports from committee liaisons. First up, Committeemember Shedd.
Had the opportunity to go to the cancer call-out. It was a huge event at Woods Road Fire Department put on by the SWAT team, and they were raising money. It was a band and food and a whole lot of fun. They're raising money for families with cancer that are involved with the police department. And it was a great event, raised a lot of money. It was a whole lot of fun. Gloria was there with me also, so we had a great time. Also, at the same day, the Steps Together organization had a huge cornhole contest at the landing out in their front yard. They had about 200-300 people there. Raised a lot of money, again, for families in need dealing with medical struggles. All right, from the Public Works, 2016 leaf pickup program will begin on November 1st and run through December, of course, weather permitting. Leaves must be raked to the curb or to the ditch line, but not into the streets. Leaves can be placed in the homemade bins with stakes, fire fence, not higher than 36 inches. Bag leaves will not be accepted this year. Leaf piles with sticks, branches, grass clippings, or anything else besides leaves will not be picked up. The Utton Road facility will also accept leaves throughout November, December on selected Fridays and Saturdays. Please see the Friday newsletter for details when Utton Road will accept leaves. The 8th Annual Veterans Day ceremony will be Friday, November 11th at 7 p.m. Hillsborough Township will be hosting the 8th Annual Veterans Day ceremony on Friday, November 11th, 2016 at 7 p.m. at the Garden of Honor, located at the Municipal Complex right out front here. In case of inclement weather, it will be held in the multi-purpose room. The program will include a ceremony at the Garden of Honor, followed by a brief reception for participating veterans and their spouses immediately following. Members of the public are invited to observe the Garden of Honor ceremonies. All of those who attend are asked to bring a canned good item to be donated to the Hillsborough Community Assistance Network. For a list of those items that are needed, please visit the Hillsborough website, which is hillsborough-nj.org. From the Finance Department, the 2016 added, omitted, or rollback tax bills were mailed out on October 20th. These bills are due on November 1st, in addition to the tax bills that were mailed out on October 4th. There is always a 10-day grace period for the payment on the fourth quarter taxes. Payments are due no later than November 10th. That is all, Mayor.
Thank you. Committeewoman McCauley.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. A few things for me this evening. I wanted to say that we had the pleasure of attending the Red Ribbon football game myself, along with the rest of the Township Committee members and the mayor, were honored to go out before the football game last Friday night in honor of our Municipal Alliance on a day that we try to bring drug awareness to the community. They do an outstanding job year-round, and we're honored to attend that to bring this type of awareness to our community. Also this year, there's a Blue Mass service that's held every year in honor of fallen police officers, and Hillsborough was the host township this year. I, along with Administrator Ferreira, our Chief of Police in the back, and a lot of our Hillsborough officers attended this event and were the honorees with the service. It was a very touching service. It was held at the Metuchen Diocese Church, and wanted to just thank the Chief of Police and the officers who attended to put on their best and attend the Mass and host it this year, so thank you to them. Also, just want to let you know that Chief Powell insists on having a Halloween curfew. He's in the back of the room, so if you would like to yell at him for the curfew, that feel free. But it's it's October 30th through November 1st. It is from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Please keep your children safe and off the streets after that time period. He would also like to remind you that no persons under the age of 18 should be permitted on any public place, public street, or public property on the Township of Hillsborough between those hours, again from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Through the 30th of November 1st. So if they're attending a program, function sponsored by the municipality, church, school, or doctor's appointments, etc., that are accompanied by an adult, that would be appropriate, but otherwise we're trying to keep the streets safe and clear. Fire safety, we'd like to remind the fire marshals and the volunteer fire companies would like to let us know that we've been visiting all the schools and the daycare centers throughout the month of October to conduct fire safety education. And as the official sponsor of Fire Prevention Week for more than 90 years, the NFPA is promoting the year Fire Prevention Week campaign. Don't wait, check the date. Replace your smoke alarms every 10 years, if not sooner than that. But they do have expiration dates, and most people are not aware of that, so it's good to replace them and check them on a regular basis. For more information on that, the smoke alarm and fire safety, please contact Hillsborough Bureau of Fire Safety at hillsborough.firesafety.com. With the note of fire safety in mind, I'm sure the mayor will go into more detail, but I do want to say, as the OEM and the liaison for emergency services, most of us are aware by now that there was a fire in town last night, and just the response of the volunteer fire department and our first responders are just so critical to this community, and we can not say it enough that if these responders not get there as quickly and work on these fires and put them out as fast as they do, a very tragic situation could be more tragic. And I just wanted to thank them for responding and keeping our community as safe as they can. Last but not least for me, Mayor, there's a Leadership Somerset class held by the county. It's a very informative class. A lot of us on the dais throughout our communities and our leadership program have been through this, and I highly recommend it if you're interested in your community. They're for adults who live or work in Somerset County. They're invited to apply to this. The application deadline is October 31st. The benefits of the program are really to see what is out in your communities, networking with community leaders, discovering Somerset County resources, exploring capacities of positive leadership, and enhancing team and leadership skills, making an impact in your community. And that doesn't mean you have to be elected to do it. It's simply just getting out there and really seeing what the Somerset County has to offer. It's an excellent program. It meets once a month on a weekday starting in January. Sessions are full days that start between 8 and 8:30 a.m. and end around 5 p.m. For more information, you can visit Leadership Somerset website at www.leadershipsomerset.org or at leadershipsomerset@co.somerset.nj.us. And if you didn't get all of that, you can certainly reach out to us and we'll get you to the right place. One more reminder is the Halloween party is this Thursday. It starts at 4:30 to 6:30. It's always a very well-attended event. It's a lot of fun. We come every year. Registration is still available, so you can go online. It's the Park and Recreation website, www.hillsborough-nj.org. The cost to participate is $5 per child, includes a hayride to go pumpkin picking, a visit to the haunted house, which is always fabulous, and a goodie bag for the kids. So if you would like to do that, please sign up in advance if you can, because we do have to know how many pumpkins we need to order. The annual Halloween, I forgot about this one, is also new. We started it last year. It is the dog park, although we do get a lot of the owners who dress up. It's a lot of fun, and the dogs obviously will have a costume contest. They can register by 8:30. There'll be a parade, and then some gifts will be handed out for them. Again, it's at Ann Van Middleworth Park, Saturday, October 29th, and registration starts at 8:30. Looking forward to that as well. That's it for me this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. So, a few items from me. Our entire community was deeply saddened last night, as Committeewoman McCauley noted, by the fire that struck on Farm Road last night. There have been 3 fatalities that have confirmed. The identities of the victims have not yet been confirmed, but we did have a loss of 3 lives last night in that fire. Certainly our thoughts and prayers remain with all those that have been impacted by that tragic event last night. I would like to take a quick moment of silence for the victims of the fire last night. Thank you. So last night we had received a notice of a structure fire at 43 Farm Road. It's a 16-unit building, and there are currently 8 of those units have been deemed uninhabitable as a result of the fire. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined, and it is under investigation. We are very fortunate that we had the Red Cross and the Hillsborough Social Services on scene last night and throughout the day today, working with those that have been displaced to provide services for food and shelter until more permanent housing can be arranged for them. At this point, we're unsure how long they'll be displaced out of their homes, but we certainly are working with all the township employees, including our construction department and building department, to make sure we can get them back in their homes as quickly as possible. Of course, as more information becomes available regarding the victims, we will share that. Certainly just a tragic event here in town. This is my 9th year sitting on this township committee. First time we've had to experience something like this as a result of a fire, and it's numbing to the community. As we always do, we have had a tremendous outpouring of feedback and response from the community. People wanting to donate clothing or food or provide some shelter or funds to the families that were impacted. At this point, we are working with local aid agencies on a plan, and I'm sure there will be some opportunity for those that would like to contribute or donate at some point down the road, and we'll share those details as soon as we're done working with the Red Cross and our social services on what can be done. But I'd like to thank everyone that has already reached out, and those that I know will be willing to step forward to help these families in their time of need at this point. As I noted, the incident is one that is still under investigation. It is cautioned off, so we're trying to keep people away from the scene. There are still police on the scene, and if there are any inquiries, either by the press or by the public, they can be made to the Somerset County Prosecutor's Office, who will be handling any public disclosures on the case going forward. I would also like to thank our emergency responders. It was another difficult night last night with there were winds. It was a little cold last night, and if you get a chance to see the scene, it's really amazing how the fire did not spread more significantly to some of the adjacent units while the families were displaced as a result of smoke and water damage. The fire was contained fairly well, considering it's a huge, block apartment complex. So thanks to all that participated last night in working to make sure that we were able to resolve the matter as best as possible under the circumstances. It never will take away from the tragedy we experienced, but certainly could have been worse had that fire spread to more of the units. So thanks to all, Chief, your team, our volunteer firefighters, our OEM team, our rescue squad, who were all on the scene instantly to help with the event. So more details to come, but I know it's something that has been weighing on the community, certainly all the township employees, and I thank you for your patience and your support in trying to get information, and we'll share more as soon as it becomes available. Okay. Last Friday, had the opportunity with Committeeman Burchett, Committeewoman McCauley, Committeeman Thompson, our township employees, police, fire, and rescue, where we unveiled a blue line on Veterans Way. It's painted down the center of the Veterans Way here between the yellow lines, right in front of the municipal building. And the thin blue line is a symbol used by law enforcement to commemorate fallen members and to show their support of living law enforcement as well. And it symbolizes the relationship between the police, who kind of sit between the two yellow lines, which is the public on one side and those that seek to victimize the public on the other. So it will serve as a reminder here in town to all of the great work that our police department does and the role that they play every day in trying to keep our community safe. I'd like to thank our employees, in particular our DPW team, for working to get the painting done in time for the event on Friday. They were dealing with a little bit of weather last week. But most importantly, I'd like to thank our officers who are a pillar in our community. Those of you that follow what happens here in town, you know that our police department is regularly commended, not only in the county but the state, and Hillsborough is regularly recognized as one of the most safe places to live in New Jersey, and that's in large measure to the outstanding police force we have. So it was an honor for us to be able to put that blue line down, and we have a sign out there that notes the dedication of that blue line to our police officers. So if you get a chance, please go out and take a look at it and see an officer. Thank them for their support and service here in town. Chief, thank you to you and all your men and women. On that same note, Hillsborough Township Police Department has recently been named one of the best police departments in Somerset County in an annual Reader's Choice Award contest. Each year the Courier News conducts a contest, and Hillsborough's Police Department was voted as Reader's Choice for one of the best departments in the area. So I'd like to commend our police department again on this much-deserved recognition. It's not the first, and I'm sure it won't be the last recognition they get. And I'd like to call Chief Powell up for a recognition, as well as our liaisons, Committeeman McCauley and Committeeman Burchett. So, Chief, this is in recognition of one of the best from Courier News, Somerset County, Reader's Choice winner 2016, presented to the Hillsborough Police Department in recognition of the work that you do, not only for this, but as noted before, for all the tremendous recognition that you get, and thanks to you and your team for all you do keeping us safe.
Thank you very much. It's always an honor to be recognized, and something like this is a testament to the hard work that every police officer in the department puts in, right from the dispatchers and the administrative support personnel, the newest guys, all the way up through my captain and myself. However, I would be remiss if I did not recognize that part of what keeps Hillsborough safe is not only the police department, but as we had talked about just a short time ago, it's the other emergency services such as the rescue squad, the fire department, and not to mention the other departments such as the Department of Public Works, social services, the building department, everyone. This township truly does operate as a well-oiled machine.
I got a couple more comments, and I'll come back. Okay, just a couple more notes from me. Last Monday, we had the opportunity to cut the ribbon for the new express bus service from Hillsborough to New York City's Grand Central Terminal and the United Nations building. It's a great option for our New York commuters. We kicked off last Monday, and so this is the second full week that is in place. And we had relatively good turnout for the first week last week, and I know that will continue to pick up. There are, I believe, 4 buses in the morning, leaving between 6 and 7:30 a.m., and it's a direct right into Grand Central Terminal. So anyone that is a commuter and is currently driving to any of the local train stations, you can go right to the promenade over by Kohl's. There is designated parking there, and you can take the bus, which has Wi-Fi, air conditioning, the full gamut, brand new buses. If you have any questions, you can call Suburban Transit, 732-249-1100, for pricing and tickets. And Suburban Transit is conducting also a survey at this point to determine the level of interest in some limited weekend service. Currently, the service is only being run Monday to Friday for our business commuters, but they are looking at if there's enough of a interest in going in on the weekends. So if you would, if you're interested in that, you can go on suburbantransit.com and click on the Hillsborough Weekend Service Survey and complete a very brief questionnaire. So hopefully we'll continue to get more turnout, and that service will be one that will make our commute a little easier from here into New York. Just a couple other events. I got a chance to attend a few events in the last couple of weeks. On Saturday night, the Garbra and Dandia Indian event, Asian Indian Heritage Association ran an event at the high school. I believe there was something like 1,200 people at the event. Committeeman Burchett and Deputy Mayor Sirachi and I attended the event. Really a nice festival event. Ton of food, dancing, music, and we were treated very well. So thank you for inviting us and for allowing us to participate in that cultural event. And we're going to hear in a second from some other folks, but I wanted to thank Gigi's Playhouse for inviting me on Friday to their Fantastic Friends event. For those of you that are aware, and we have some of the participants here, including Aaron Morris, who's here. It's a Friday evening every other night where a number of the Gigi's Playhouse is for Down syndrome adults with Down syndrome, and they get an opportunity to spend a Friday in a very social atmosphere. There was a pizza night, the little karaoke, a little dancing, so I got a chance to spend a little time over there, and it was a wonderful event. It's great to see. It's great to see the joy that was being experienced in that evening. So thank you for inviting me, and more importantly, thank you for all the work that you do there.
Do you guys have any video of the of him doing
I
karaoke.
said there was dancing, I didn't say I participated.
You didn't show off your skills?
We want video.
Maybe we'll do karaoke next time. So as we always do, there are many ways to stay connected here in Hillsborough. We're trying to get information out to the public in as many forms as possible. We have our Friday e-newsletter and our Twitter account. TV29, the Hillsborough YouTube channel, showcase all of our meetings, including the township meetings, as well as planning board and our zoning board, and Hillsborough The Good Life episodes. And for traffic and other emergency-related information, be sure to subscribe to Nixle and our Honeywell Instant Alerting System. All of those are available through the township website if you want to sign up for any or all of them. Okay, now we're going to move on to our proclamations and presentations for this evening. I would ask that if you come up for recognition, if you could please resume taking your seat after you've received your recognition. We'll ask until all of the proclamations are complete, and then we'll take a brief pause if you'd like to leave at that point. Okay, so first up, we have a proclamation which declares October to be National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I know we have some people here from Safe and Sound. If you can come on up and we'll do that proclamation. You guys can come. Whereas domestic violence is a pattern of abusive behavior that a person uses against a partner, former partner, or family member to control that person. And whereas the problems of domestic violence are not confined to any group or groups of people, but cross all economic, racial, and societal barriers and are supported by societal indifference. And whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity due to the systemic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic abuse, within the impact of this crime being wide-ranging. And whereas everyone deserves to live a life free from the fear of being hurt or killed by people who are supposed to love them. And whereas in our quest to impose sanctions on those who break the law by perpetrating violence, we must also meet the needs of victims of domestic violence, who often suffer grave physical, psychological, and financial losses. And whereas it is the victims of domestic violence themselves who have been in the forefront of efforts to bring peace and equality to the home. And whereas Safe and Sound Somerset has been serving the people affected by domestic violence for over 37 years. And whereas Safe and Sound Somerset agency services include emergency shelter, 24-hour call and text hotline, transitional housing, legal advocacy, outreach counseling, community education, and volunteer domestic violence response teams. And whereas Safe and Sound Somerset services are completely confidential and free of charge for survivors of domestic abuse, women, men, and children. And now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, hereby proclaim the month of October to be National Domestic Violence Awareness Month in our community, and do hereby commend the efforts of Safe and Sound Somerset in aiding victims of domestic violence, and to promote Safe and Sound Somerset 24-hour hotline at 866-685-1122. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much. This October, we're excited to be celebrating a past year of new initiatives. We've expanded our counseling services, opened up a new satellite office in Somerville, and we've also added texting capabilities to our hotline. In addition, we're creating a teen dating abuse education awareness program as well. Most recently, through the support and generosity of local businesses, we've undergone some renovations of our safe house rooms, new paint, new light fixtures, new window coverings, really trying to create the safest, most stress-free, most welcoming environment for our clients as possible. One thing we're really excited about is through the generosity of the Affinity Credit Card Program, we're going to be able to purchase new bedding as well for all of our rooms for our clients. We want to thank you so much for the Town of Hillsborough, for the proclamation, for hosting a silhouette in memory of domestic violence victims in your lobby. You're raising awareness, supporting our organization, and saying that Hillsborough says no to domestic abuse. So thank you very much.
Can I call up Vivek Mamtha? Whereas Vivek Mamtha is a junior at Hillsborough High School representing the Hillsborough High School boys volleyball varsity team. And whereas Vivek played on the varsity team as a sophomore during the 2016 season, in his freshman year, Vivek played on the junior varsity team and helped lead the team to an undefeated season. And whereas Vivek was placed on the Skyline Conference first team in 2016, and whereas Vivek was named the Courier News All-Area Boys Volleyball Team during his sophomore year in 2016. And whereas Coach Todd Sudol stated in an interview, he's young, he's hungry, we're giving him the opportunity, and he's got the support from the older guys. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, do hereby commend Vivek Mamtha not only for his accomplishments, but also for his unwavering teamwork, dedication, and sportsmanship throughout the season. And be it further proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, further commend Vivek for the honor that he has brought to himself, his team, and the community through his many achievements. We wish him well in all his future endeavors. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank Coach Sudol for really pushing me this season, and I'd like to thank Coach Longo, who isn't here, for pushing me my freshman year. They both told me that if I worked hard, I could do great things, and I hope to work harder, keep improving, and have another great season this year. Thank you.
Either you got a squad or I need a stool. Thank you. Yeah, we got the list of the credit cards. So we're going to do our Affinity Credit Union credit card advisory distribution tonight. So Marie, are you going to come on up and do that for me? Usually come up. Yeah, anyone else? You're welcome. Come on up.
Patrick is representing the Affinity Bank, and we'll give you a little insight into what the Affinity credit card does for the community.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Hillsborough residents. Thank you, leadership team behind me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Patrick McDermott, and I'm with Affinity Federal Credit Union. We are New Jersey's largest credit union, headquartered in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. And I'm very privileged to be here tonight to distribute these rewards back to our community. For those of you that aren't familiar with our program and how it works, I certainly would encourage you, for one, to applaud the vision and the foresight that your leadership team behind me had in revigorating this program and offering it to the community at large within Hillsborough. Essentially how the program works. It's a credit card program. Every one of us has a piece of plastic in your wallet. My goal for tonight and for the next 10, 20 years to keep this a very sustainable program is to join Affinity. It's a wonderful organization. I call it the nicer side of banking, and I apologize if there's any bankers in the room. But we're a not-for-profit. We're owned by our membership. And how the program works is essentially very simple. You use your card anytime you make a purchase. Proceeds from that purchase go back to the township, where they reward youth, senior, and community-based nonprofit programs. So it's a privilege to be here. I'm excited that we're signed up for another few years to partner together. I expect that we'll be doing this for a very long time. And I encourage all of you to engage, to control your destiny a little bit, get involved, and reward your community through just daily transactions. That's it. Thank you.
So Patrick's being a little modest in the work that Affinity has done in the community. Just to give you an idea, there is a portion of every time you use the card, it comes back, it's put in a dedicated account, and our credit card advisory group takes applications from nonprofits and youth organizations and our seniors to determine how we can spend the rewards money that comes back. Since the inception of the program, we've given out more than $40,000 worth of, it's all tangible events. So there's no just cash award. It is, to buy equipment or products specifically for that organization of use.
After tonight, it'll be $60,000.
There you go. So after tonight, it'll be $60,000. So it really is a wonderful program. If you're going to use your credit card anyway, you can give back to the community, and it's we've been able to do really some wonderful things with the money for some of the not-for-profit and other organizations in town. So I wanted to thank Affinity. They just signed back up with us to continue the program, and we're very pleased about that. And I'd also like to thank our credit card advisory board members for the work that they do in their meetings to determine how to best make sure we're getting that reward money back to the community. So with that, we're going to start to call up some of the reward recipients tonight. I would ask if you come on up, we'll give you, we'll advise what the reward was. Just stay up here and until we call all the recipients up, and then we'll take one picture with everyone.
Sounds good. Just remember, the only way this credit card will continue and the way we can give out grants is if everyone participates. Because remember, you get the credit card, you still will get your rewards, your travel rewards and all. It's Affinity that's putting in the money for these grants. So it's a win-win situation, but we can't continue without the support of the township. Okay? So.
One last thing. Sorry to commandeer. Now I'm not going to be so modest. Give an Irishman a mic, forget about it. Remember, for those of you that aren't familiar with the credit union model, most of the people that join our credit union are affiliated through an employer group. We're one of the old AT&T credit unions. What is very different about this model and what we're talking about today is that everyone in this room, everyone in the community can actually join our credit union through a $5 donation. So it's very simple to join, and obviously one of the benefits of membership is eligibility into the credit card program, where every time you swipe it, every time you pay for something, proceeds from that transaction are earmarked back into your community. So that was it. Thank you, Marie.
Okay. Let's start with some of the Boy Scouts, because we have a couple Boy Scout troops here. How about Troop 489? Are they represented here? Up? Come on up. It's going to get crowded up here. Giving away a lot of money. With Boy Scout Troop 489, we awarded them, or the township, excuse me, for the grants, camping, cooking, camping gear, correct? Yes. Right? And let's have Cub Scout Pack 1776. Are they here? Okay. And I believe it was, I know it was a laptop, I think it was for the Pinewood Derby? Yes. Right. We all know about the Pinewood Derby.
A long time ago, guys.
Yeah. And how about another Boy Scout troop over here, Pack 89? And they are getting some canopies, a new flag, and a sound system, correct? Come on over here. Pam, you want to just take just the Boy Scouts? We'll do the Boy Scouts separately.
Linda.
Crowd in.
Don.
Get it. Come on in front of us. Come on.
Go ahead.
I mean, these are the leaders of tomorrow.
There you go.
Here. Good, thank you. You can have a seat. If you check the biography of all the leaders in our nation, most of them have been Scouts, Girl Scouts also. Okay, Spring Rains of Life. Is someone here from Spring Rains of Life? Come on up. I believe you work with the vets?
Hi. Thank you very much. My name is Christiana Capra. I'm the co-founder, and this is Sheila Castellano. She's our board secretary. We're a nonprofit that utilizes horses in Hillsborough to help combat veterans with PTSD and TBI. We also work with at-risk and homeless teenagers and young children, ages 5 to 10, who've suffered a major loss. So they're all trauma survivors who are struggling to cope. Oh. Wow. Oh, I was like, oh my God. Okay, sorry. I also just wanted to mention really quickly that we are starting a group for veterans that's going to run on the third Wednesday of every month, and we'd love to find local veterans who are dealing either diagnosed or symptoms of PTSD. The only requirement is that you've served combat and that you can make it to all 5 monthly sessions. We'll be starting this on November 30th, so if anyone here is a veteran or knows a loved one who might benefit from that, please get in touch with us at springrainsoflife.org.
Thank you. You want to stand up? Yeah, why don't you stay right here. The Hillsborough Soccer Club? Anyone from here we go. Here's the little ones. And we're getting nets and sandbags. This happens to be the total of what we're giving out tonight in grants through the Affinity. And they're getting some new nets and sandbags, right? The Safe and Sound program, come on back up again. The new rooms that they were redoing, well, with the money that they're getting, I guess about $1,700, you're getting new bedding in it, right? Gigi's Playhouse. Come on up, Jason. Come on, Jason.
He's the mayor. He's come right in the middle.
With the money they're receiving, they're buying a new tent, I believe. Candy, you want to explain what it's for?
Yes, absolutely. Gigi's Playhouse is a Down Syndrome Achievement Center, and we service individuals with Down syndrome from infancy all the way through adulthood. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we have been sharing each other's pop-up tents used at soccer games and at events to raise awareness of our cause. And through this grant, we'll be able to purchase a larger logo tent so that we have more visibility and can raise more awareness. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And the Hillsborough Senior Center. And we're providing or granting $1,000 towards a new TV set, I believe, for the senior center. And who do you serve? You want to say a few words?
Yes, I'm Tony Fusk, representing Janet Tamari, who's the manager. She's been under the weather the last couple of days. We serve seniors. at the nutrition, this is the County Nutrition and Wellness Center up the street. We serve meals and Meals on Wheels and programs every day for seniors. This is to supplement the programs that do with the TV and all that. And I have a card.
He has a card. Thank you. And last but not least, our own Hillsborough Rockettes. And is the Rocket here too? He's here. Oh, okay. Come on up.
He's not in costume.
And we're all familiar with them. And these ladies will be getting some new costumes and sound system. I believe we had a grant, yeah, right in front of us. They were granted, yeah, music. Gave them $1,900 towards a new sound system and some more costumes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Yeah, to the community. Yeah.
The kids in the front?
Hi, I'm Mary Lou Reinhardt. Gloria Pageant could not come tonight, who was our leader.
Thanks.
And she just wanted me to accept the check on behalf of our group. And we want to thank Mayor Delcourt, members of the Township Committee, members of the Credit Union Committee, and also the Affinity Bank for the generous grant that they have given us. And as it was said, we are using it for audio equipment and for our costumes. Thank you so much. If you just have a minute, Stella, one of our new Rockettes, has a few words to say. Thank you.
She's got a few words. I thought maybe I had a longer time. As the newest member of the Hillsborough Rockettes and Rocket, our instructor, Gloria Pageant, asked me to say a few words about our group and how I joined. Of course, I'm a native of Hillsborough. I was even born here at home in the Norris farmhouse. My grandmother said a baby was switched at the then Somerset Hospital, and my mother needed to have me at home. Dr. Houston, the local family doctor, assisted, and Mom told me she paid $15 for the delivery. I got married in 1953 to Frank Whitney Sr., and we built our house on the farm. We had 3 great sons, Frank Jr., Neil, and Joe, who are doing so well and have great jobs. I'm certain the education they had in Hillsborough sure helped. Frank Jr. and Joe also live on the farm with their families. During vacations, we traveled this wonderful country and visited almost every state. I love traveling and love our country. But Frank and I agree with the sign outside, Hillsborough, one of the best 100 places to live in the U.S. It is really true. Unfortunately, after 62 years of marriage, my husband passed away at the age of 88 in January. A very dark time for me. My oldest son, Frank Jr., said, "Mom, you have to join a group or get some activity going." I went to a St. Patrick's Day dinner at the church 2 months later, and my 99-year-old friend, Mary Buckshaw, a native of Hillsborough for 95 years, invited me to join the Hillsborough Rockettes and Rocket every Tuesday. That sounded interesting, since I always loved to dance. Well, you know how that turned out, since I'm still dancing today. My first charity dance was at the Hillsborough High School with many NFL football players. And I remember many of you participating in the basketball games. We were part of the halftime show, kind of like the halftime Super Bowl show. We came out with our pink poodle skirts, compliments of your grant another year. We really had fun. There are 24 girls, 1 guy, and our leader, Gloria. We have such a good time every week. Oh, another plus, at my annual doctor visit, my blood pressure was so good, the doctor said my dancing is probably helping. So my darkest days are turning a little brighter with Gloria and all my new friends. Thanks again for the grant. We are planning on putting the money to good use, and I'm sure we will put on a show for you soon with all our new outfits. Thank you.
I would love to do that. Please, if you work for the outside, I'd love to come out and see it. Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. I almost forgot. I got distracted by the Rockettes. We have.
You say that to all the girls.
You guys are making me blush. We have a Hillsborough business, Walco Automotive Service. Will this Sunday be celebrating 40 years of service to Hillsborough. So we have a certificate of recognition for Walco. Please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, committee members, and especially the community of Hillsborough. I humbly accept this. 40 years, it's we've seen a lot of changes around here, but what didn't change, my wife was with me the whole time. In fact, we were dating when I went into business for myself 40 years ago, and she's been at my side and helped keep me on the path that we had elected to go down, maintaining our mission statement and in providing the community with safe and reliable transportation. So I want to thank everybody for all their patronage, and well, we're still at it. We're still going forward. And Diana, thank you for being at my side through this whole time.
"40 years, long time. Thank you for your service to Hillsborough for all those years."
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to thank everyone that was here tonight for either their proclamations or awards or as part of our credit card advisory recipients tonight. We will take a short break, so if you'd like to leave, we certainly understand. But thank you all for being here, and you're welcome to stay. But we'll take a quick break. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on. We have no new business this evening, so we're going to move on to public comment on new business and matters not on the agenda. Any comment on matters not on the agenda, please come forward now. All right, why don't we come on up, Susan. I know you're probably going to take a while, so.
Jackie Espinoza,
Hi.
Jersey Central Power and Light.
Hi, Jack.
I'm here to introduce myself to all of you. I don't know if you've been receiving some of my emails, but I'm helping
Absolutely.
out John Anderson while he's on special assignment, and he does say hello to everybody.
Tell him
And
hello back.
I met with Anthony. We had a meeting. I met with John Sheridan also, the OEM coordinator. So I'm here to serve you guys. I look forward to working with you. One announcement I do have, we're going to have our Power Systems Institute. That's if you know of anybody who wants to have a career in the utility industry. It's a fabulous program because we pay for their education for 2 years. They come out with an associate's degree, plus field training. So it's at the Raritan Valley Community College, and it's located next to our training facility. So they'll learn how to climb poles, work on transformers, substation work, stuff like that. And they get their basic courses as well, so they come out with the associate's degree. So it's a great program, November 10th.
If you could leave one of those with us, yeah, we'd be happy to keep that.
And all the information is online as well.
Okay.
Thank you. So if you guys have anything for me tonight?
No, just thank you for, we obviously get all your updates, so thank you very much for working to keep us informed. As we've told John, we'll tell you, the communication has been very much appreciated. It's been materially improved over the last several years, and we appreciate the relationship that we have.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice to see you
Tell
again.
John I said hi.
I will. All right, thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Anyone else, new matters not on the agenda? Come on up, Susan.
Susan Gulliford, do you need the spelling of my last name? No.
For the record, please.
Gulliford.
Thank you.
I didn't hear that. How's that going?
I have actually a couple of questions. One I have is on ballot question number 1 regarding the expansion of gambling in New Jersey, which is a state question, I believe. When the Hillsborough OTW was opened, I asked about whether they could expand into other forms of gambling and was advised not without a constitutional amendment. Well, here we are. I was reading the articles regarding the ballot question, trying to understand it. I noticed that Dennis Drazen, who was deeply involved in the OTW proposal here, was quoted, he's 100% behind it. Then I noticed that Jeff Garrell, who runs, he was delivering remarks in support of this at the Winners Off-Track betting facility, the one in Bayonne. And my question is, if this ballot question passes, can the OTW on Route 206 expand to other forms of gambling? I know there's a 72-mile area they cannot expand within, but I didn't know, I couldn't understand if that might affect us or not.
Not that I know of.
Bill, you can take that if you like, but to me, that's a question, Susan, you need to pose to the state legislators.
State. So go to see Jack and tell him you referred me. Okay.
As far as, I read the same papers as you do, and as far as I know, that's up, if it even passed, it'd be up by Jersey City, Newark, Bergen County. It's Bergen County.
Okay. I know it's not doing well in the polls, but I felt it was important to know how it affected Hillsborough itself. It's local. Second question, or a comment, on the Apex Sports Complex. The application was, you're familiar with that, right? I know the application was withdrawn at that point, but they've retained the option to return. There's residents who don't entirely understand the business, but felt it was good business for Hillsborough, although maybe not 8 stories high, but not at that location. And it was suggested it would be a good fit for Hillsborough, but in another location. And several people around town have commented on the, I'm not sure how it's zoned, the R&D near the new park, that would be a perfect place because they would sort of work together. Or, I know you're going to like this, Mr. Patel and Hillsborough Properties, I think it's called, maybe somewhere over in there, again, in conjunction with it being near the park, that maybe something, maybe the township could approach it from maybe a different perspective. Maybe not that spot, but a good business for Hillsborough. So a couple people had made that suggestion. I'm passing them along. Third, our library just had a 50th anniversary celebration, although Janet Singley, who few people remember anymore, did start this in her front of her house with a bunch of donated books. But I was a little disappointed. I read your news that you sent out, and it said the anniversary celebration, Township Administrator Anthony Ferreira, library and township employees, members of Friends of the Hillsborough Library, and the library manager. I was kind of hoping they'd mention the almost 50 years of work for the Hillsborough Library Advisory Board, who's put a lot of time, the volunteers over the decades, and they've put a lot of money into it. Maybe in the future they could be remembered. And one last thing, the Roycebrook Center. Anything new on that? I haven't been up to the county planning board. I didn't know if you had anything.
In terms of?
Is it still going? Is it lost? Are they still applying for DEP approvals? This is the one where they wanted to put the $500,000. It came up a year ago. I followed up a few months later at the Somerset County Planning Board, and I hadn't heard anything since. Yeah, the other half of the golf course.
There's nothing
that you're
at this point in front of us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment on matters not on the agenda tonight? Okay, we're going to move to public hearings. First up is ordinance 2016-19, an ordinance amending the code of the Township of Hillsborough by the addition of Chapter 78, which is the establishment of a library advisory board. This ordinance amends the Hillsborough Township Code to establish a library advisory board consisting of 7 members appointed by the Township Committee. We have a resolution on the consent agenda appointing individuals to the library advisory board. May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2016-19?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there any discussion from the dais? Any discussion from the floor?
Susan Gulliford. I'm sorry that Mr. Thompson was unable to be here since he is the liaison at this time. I had a couple of questions under 78-1, the establishment of Library Advisory Board. It had previously been bookmarked, I guess, in the boards and commissions list as the Library Committee. And the current name is so close to the Hillsborough Public Library Advisory Board, I wondered why it had been changed. It sort of seems confusing, or that the Library Advisory Board, after all these decades, wouldn't be remembered or would be confused with the new library board. Is that name already, was it chosen for a particular legal reason?
I think there are issues that are dealt with at an advisory board as opposed to just some other board or commission. So there's for the purposes of what the board will do, it's called an advisory board.
I have a question about the 7 members. Originally, I was briefly appointed to the board at the beginning of the year when this was already apparently moving forward. Originally, the members of the current board were advised that they could express interest and would be appointed. It would provide continuity. They would know it had already, you wouldn't be reinventing the wheel with people that already knew what was going on at the library and were familiar with the process. Then we were asked to submit a resume and a letter of interest, and I'm not exactly sure what happened. I was wondering how many members applied, including past members, whether any other groups were offered appointments. Was there, again, a change in that for some reason, that they wouldn't just try to have people who are already in it?
There are a number of people that are on the current board that will be part.
Okay, good. under B, shall report and make recommendations to the Township Committee. Will the Township Committee's new Library Advisory Board have any authority over the fund set up by the Declaration of Rider? Or is that, or can they, I guess they can advise or
Only to
recommend?
advise. They have no authority to take action without the Township Committee.
Okay, so they can recommend something.
Correct.
And you'll look at it. But it's still separate in that Declaration of Rider.
That's correct.
Okay, got it. I think that's it. Thank you.
Mhm. Any other comments from the floor? Okay, can I have a motion to close the public hearing and adopt ordinance 2016-19?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Burchett?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Next, we will move to introduction of new ordinances. This ordinance was originally scheduled for a public hearing this evening, but due to an issue with the publication, we are reintroducing this ordinance, and a public hearing will be held on November the 9th of 2016. And this is ordinance 2016-20, an ordinance repealing and replacing, I was going to say Obamacare, but sorry. Chapter 172, flood damage prevention of the Code of the Township of Hillsborough. Further consideration of this ordinance and a public hearing will be held on November 9th, 2016. The Township must adopt a floodplain management ordinance that meets the National Flood Insurance Program requirements in order to remain eligible for flood insurance through the NFIP. Can I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Burchett?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Consideration number 1 is a resolution acknowledging and approving the best practices inventory questionnaire for the year 2016 for the Township of Hillsborough, Somerset County, and ratifying and confirming the authorization for submission of the certified questionnaire by the Chief Financial Officer. The best practices inventory questionnaire, which began 7 years ago, was issued by the state to determine whether a municipality is using the best management and fiscal practices on behalf of taxpayers. As a result of the findings from the questionnaire, Hillsborough again qualifies for 100% of eligible state aid. The township has an outstanding record for best practices when it comes to its municipal finances, and the fiscally responsible business-like approach of our local government is once again reflected in the township gaining best practices approval by the state. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Burchett?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Consideration number 2 is a resolution authorizing special item of revenue and appropriation. This resolution requests the Director of the Division of Local Government Services to approve the insertion of grant funds from the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Division of Criminal Justice, Division of Highway Safety, and from the Department of Transportation for a total of $60,906.78. As always, grant money is very welcomed here in Hillsborough. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Burchett?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Consideration number 3 is a resolution authorizing CME Associates to provide additional affordable housing administration services for the township's affordable housing projects in a total amount not to exceed $12,000. CME Associates provides administration services for the township's affordable housing obligations. This resolution authorizes the additional administrative services required to maintain the township's compliance with the affordable housing obligations. The payment of these obligations is funded out of our Affordable Housing Trust Fund. May I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved. Second?
Any comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Burchett?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Consideration number 4 is a resolution rescinding the contract with Masters Construction Company, Inc. for for the installation of Little Tykes play equipment at the Hillsborough Park Number 3 in an amount not to exceed $17,495, and reissuing a new contract to Masters Construction, Inc. for the installation of Little Tykes play equipment with revisions at Hillsborough Park Number 3 in an amount not to exceed $24,210. This resolution revises the contract to allow for the additional concrete work for footings to complete the project. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Yes. Mm-hmm.
David Dvorin, D-V-O-R-I-N, 506 Hoagland Court. What initiated the change?
So when the project was, when we were getting ready to install some of the new equipment that was going in, after review by construction, it was deemed that the footings needed to be larger and deeper to ensure that the equipment was would not have an issue in the event of wind.
So Masters Construction, I'm going to...
It was rebid, but they won the rebid as well.
The point I wanted to get at is, it would seem to me that it was their, I'll use the word fault, for not thinking of that before.
No, not at all. It would
Not
be,
at all?
Nope, it would have been our bid specifications, how we sent it out. Then when they went to go install it,
Right.
and they went to get the permits, the building department said, no, 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 before this playground equipment's put
So it's a change
down.
in our requirements?
Correct.
It was something that came from the building department. So, yeah, when they was originally bid out to them and was originally quoted by them, when we went out to the contractors, they just received the manufacturer's instructions of how to put together the equipment, and they bid on that. And then it came to light from the building department that no, all new footings would have to be poured for this particular project. And so therefore, we rescinded the contract and we went out
Rebid.
again with the new specifications indicating that was going to be part of the project, and got re-quotes, and they were again the low bidder. But
Thank
that's
you.
what happened.
Thank you.
Susan Gulliford, on the same question, what park is Hillsborough Park Number 3?
Castle Park,
Castle, the one out.
right here.
Okay, thank you.
It's the one we're doing reservations on. But in order to complete it, we need the additional footings.
Okay, thanks.
Any other comments from the floor? Okay, seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Rochette?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Consideration number 5 is a resolution authorizing Mazer Consulting, PA, to provide professional services associated with the update of our GIS parcel updates for the Township of Hillsborough in an amount not to exceed $2,480 pursuant to Mazer's proposal dated August 19th, 2016. Mazer Consulting maintains the Township GIS, and this resolution authorizes them to provide the necessary updates to that system. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Comments from the dais? From the floor? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Rochette?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Consideration number 6 is a resolution authorizing the execution of First Amendment to the Municipal Shared Services Defense Agreement for Vicinage 13, Somerset, Hunterdon, and Warren counties. As a result of the ongoing affordable housing obligations and compliance requirements for Vicinage 13 Group, has requested that each member continue to retain their expert witness, and this resolution authorizes the continuation of said services. As noted, this is in regard to our affordable housing obligations, and we are, each town within that is bringing on experts to ensure that we are covered from the court perspective. So may I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Roll call, please.
Committeeman Rochette?
Yes.
Committeeman McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Delcor?
Yes. Okay, we're going to move on to the consent agenda. Can I have a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
So moved.
Second?
One, I'd like to note, because we did have the issue come up before, consideration number 5, consent number 5 is a resolution which authorizes Township Committee appointments related to the new Library Advisory Board, so they're identified, and a part of that will take effect after the meeting tonight. So, any other comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? I was looking at you, I knew you were coming.
Susan Golliford, on number 4, the renewal of the liquor license being rescinded, what location is that, or what business?
It's a license that's held in pocket right now, so it's not at a location.
Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, did we just do all of those?
Yes, we did them.
Okay, that was fast. Can I come up then?
Sure.
Okay, great, thank you.
That's how we do the consent agenda every meeting.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Leslie Wise, 47 6th Street, Hillsborough. Okay. On the appointment of the Library Advisory Board and of the Township Committee appointments, as listed in number 5. I just wanted to say a few words that I am a huge fan of the Hillsborough Public Library, and we have a bunch of benefits that come from being part of the Somerset County Library system, and as the board in the past sought to do, we will seek to do in the future, those who are nominated, a great partnership, and also to make sure that the Hillsborough community gets everything that we feel like we need from the partnership with the Somerset County Library system. So thank you for your support, Township, and we look forward to working with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Leslie. Same here. We appreciate the work in pulling this change together, and we know the work will continue that you guys do for the support of the library. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the floor on the consent agenda?
It's not on the agenda.
Gotta come to the
You
microphone.
got to come to the mic.
Are we allowed that?
Yeah, if it's not on the consent agenda,
We have to wait until.
yeah, they,
No, it's not one of the.
okay, was it another point on the issue?
No,
Uh,
nothing.
Maybe we can talk
Okay.
after, because we
Yeah.
close public.
Yeah, we had that, yeah, we need to stay with what's there. Okay. Any other comments from the floor on tonight's consent agenda? Okay, we'll go to roll call, please.
Commander Bichette.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes?
Mayor Delcor.
Yes. Claims list, can I have a motion to approve claims list 2016-20?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commander Bichette.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes?
Mayor Delcor.
Yes, and so this will conclude our regular meeting this evening. Please note that our next township meeting will be held on Wednesday, November the 9th. Obviously, November 8th is Election Day, so the building will be closed, will be open, but closed for the meeting. Obviously, the polls will be open until 8 p.m. that day. So we'll have the meeting held on November the 9th at 7:30 p.m. here in the courtroom. So with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.